good one. Hey, man. Hey. So, look, so we're just getting to the open of the show now, okay?
This week, the rock show that crashed and burned before its time. Unless you were on the West Coast, you didn't get to see it. But we've got it for you. A half hour of what he said, what she said, and a backstage pass to the sights and sounds and fireworks that was Hole and Marilyn Manson. Hi, I'm John Norris, and welcome to a very special edition of 1515 on what has turned out to be the final night of the infamous Hole Marilyn Manson tour. Well, it was supposed to be a 2-month rock explosion, but it turned out instead to be a 2-week implosion. As after this hometown show here at the Forum in Los Angeles, Courtney Love and Hole will go their separate ways. So, what happened? Was it all about money, about the crowds, or about the onstage dissing night after night, or maybe a little of each? We spoke to the fans and to the feuding pair. Have you been following what's been going on between Hole and Manson? You know it's her last show.
Yes, that's why I'm wearing my baby doll dress.
I've loved Courtney my whole entire life. I think that her leaving the tour with Manson is better for her because she's always been somebody to want to do things the way she wants to do them.
If you look around, the people here are all kind of eager to see Marilyn Manson, even though Hole is quite entertaining.
Courtney bad, Manson good. Hole is all about glam. She is setting the trend. Manson is fine, but you know what? It's all about Hole.
She should have her own concert, though, with her own people, though, so there's no dispute. Because I think that's very important. You can't mix these kind of audiences.
I think that this was a really great idea, and I think it was a mistake. And I would rather call it now and save myself the wear and tear and walking around with clown hair and like wearing a clown suit and like just big clown lips and a clown nose and a giant sign that just says bitch.
That sounds like it would be entertaining. That might have saved the show.
The show started off on a promising note, one of the most exciting, if volatile, pairings in years, as Hole and Marilyn Manson's tour got underway February 28th in Spokane, Washington. But from night number one, there was back and forth sniping, both in the press and on stage.
Did you guys have time to take a nap during Hole?
When we're done, some guy with a blue head is going to come on with a big sign that says drugs.
A big rocket roll star.
Manson's makeup was just one target of Courtney's jabs. She also knocked his use of pyro and his alleged lip syncing. While from Manson, there were plastic surgeon cracks and remarks about Courtney's age.
And I show pity for the older people on this tour. The grandmothers.
Tonight he made another, like, grandma crack.
He said a grandma. That guy is a year and a half younger than me.
Is that right?
Yeah. Okay, so if I'm grandma, he's grandpa.
Do you think you've ever gone too far? Any of the things you've said toward her, about her? I mean, someone told me that you said something, kind of a reference to Kurt a few nights ago on stage.
It could be looked at that way, but, you know, I'm not looking to ever hurt her feelings, you know. I think, you know, I'm not a vindictive person. I'm not someone that likes to just see other people suffer for no reason. But if, you know, if she said something, if she said something about me, I'm going to say something back, and I know what pushes her buttons.
A major button pusher for Courtney was their financial arrangement. Per their contract as tour co-headliners, Hole, whose own show is fairly low-tech, were expected to pay for 1/2 of Manson's considerable production costs.
We have to split this thing 50-50, so every time that Brian wants a new light, he gets a new light. And every time he wants 9 more kabuki screens, he gets 9 more kabuki screens. And every time he wants a cannon, we have to pay for the cannon. And it's sort of out of control. It's like this raging production that we're paying for, and we have a little bit of glitter.
I had to pay for her yoga teacher and her personal chef also, so, you know.
As playful sparring continued, even Manson's fiancée, actress Rose McGowan, was a point of contention.
There's some friction now and then.
Yeah. I wondered if she ever had to run interference between you and Courtney.
No, I've had to run interference between the two of them.
He told us that he's had to kind of separate you and Rose, I guess, when she's been out on the road, that you guys don't exactly get along. Rose, his girlfriend.
Is that the actress?
Yeah.
No, I honestly don't know her. I mean,
Yeah, Rose McGowan.
was she in? What? I don't know who she is.
You're lying.
I'm not. What? She has black hair and big butts, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it kind of turned up.
Yeah, cute nose. Yeah.
Sort of turned up, though, right? I don't even know her.
Oh.
I didn't even know who she was when
Okay.
you said it. That's
Oh.
his girlfriend, right? There's all sorts
So
of
there's
chicks
not a
around.
problem between you guys? Oh.
Well, there's all these chicks around all the time. I
Right.
mean, how can I distinguish?
Well, I think she's kind of special. I don't think she's.
Is
just,
she?
Well, to him.
Well, there's a lot of chicks around him all the time, and they all have black hair and little turned up
my.
noses.
Catty comments aside, maybe these two bands, the apparently newly wholesome Hole and the unapologetically hard-living Manson, really are not meant to be around one another.
There's not a good integration of like our fans that aren't allowed to come because parents are scared of, you know, of Brian and his burning cross and all his iconic craziness. So that's a real problem.
I think that might be a little bit of a cop-out. I think that Hole has just as many elements that parents would find offensive.
When he bends over and shows his ass in a cop uniform, you laugh. It's funny. It's funny in a gross wrestling way, but I've laughed.
Right.
And the other night, you know, Twiggy vomited on stage, and I was just like, you know what? I mean, I'm on a tour where people are vomiting on stage.
The drugs, but the drugs like me.
The culture around the drug that they use makes people weird, different. It's just different. Do you know,
Yeah.
Does that make any sense?
I
God, why
definitely.
is this so forbidden to say? They talk about it all the time. They do a lot of coke.
Right.
And it's really 70s, and it's really like, it turns people into like amoral porno watchers who make bad jokes.
Have drugs or you know your band's drug use been an issue for Courtney and a source of problems for you guys?
Well, I'm not sure. It seems that she's made some kind of statement saying,
She can't have Francis come out on the road.
fair enough. I think there's a real ugly irony in just even the whole question itself that, you know, I don't even want to bring up her past. I think it's just fair to say that pointing a finger at someone else isn't appropriate in this situation.
It's not a personal thing. It's not about him. It's not about them. I like them. They amuse me every night.
We're both happy because it just was something that didn't work out. It was like The Parent Trap, if you've ever seen that movie, when they tried to get the parents back together and it wasn't working. But this one didn't have a happy ending because I'm not Dennis Quaid. So.
Manson and Courtney, the saga will no doubt continue. We will certainly continue on with this edition of 1515. Still to come, a boys' night out in the town with the members of Hole and Manson. And right after this, we'll go all access backstage with Hole. Stick around.
Come on, this is